It's the Fohio Games. Here playing SRG SuperShow from the top rope. Here with.
Well, I go by ImDoneItsOver, but in the case of SRG, it'd be Darklight Victor DieCast. Main YouTube channel is ImDoneItsOver, and my wrestling side of things is DieCast ProWrestling.
DieCast ProWrestling. ImDoneItsOver. Alright, so I've never played SRG SuperShow. I did a video about it months ago, but been waiting to play, and today is the day.
Alright, so that's pretty cool. Alright, first thing you need to know about the game, there are standard 1 through 27 card decks, and each competitor comes with 3 of their own finishes. Those finishes have the same logo as the character. So, like this is Lemmy Adams, so his finishers will have a Lemmy Adams tag on it. There are 3 types of cards across 3 branches of cards. You have leads, which come in strikes, which are yellow, grapples, which are blue, and submissions, which are purple. And then you have, like I said, a lead, and you have a follow-up, which will be shown right there, and that would be like your mid-deck cards. And again, strikes, grapples, and submissions. Then you have 3 finishes, a strike finish, a grapple finish, and a submission finish. So there are 3 types of cards across 3 variants. So you have leads, follow-up, and finishes. Now what you have there in your box set is cryptocurrency, which is a tornado tag. So you're going to be looking for the singles characters out of that, which would be either numeral uno or gold standard, I believe. Or I could switch decks over and go to Tornado, which is a different format entirely.
Nah, I guess I'll look for and you say like I'm looking for singles, which are just single cards.
Yeah, there should be just a single competitor card, yes. There should be, if I'm not mistaken, with that box set. I've got it, but it was one of my first from a long time ago. No other competitor sets that look like that? You see their finishes and everything? Alright, so you got finishes for cryptocurrency, and then the black lipstick crew. Alright, so I'm just going to have to switch decks, which isn't a problem.
Yeah, I mean, looking back at it, I don't recall seeing the single fighters. It was kind of confusing to me, too. Well, I mean, they might be in this. Do you think they might be in this plastic right here?
That plastic right there will just be... Yeah, open that up.
Yeah.
That'll probably be just more of the tornado stuff, but I'll just switch over to my Monster Asylum, which is a tag team as well.
Okay. Man, like...
Singles cannot face... They have 3 divisions. One is singles, then you have these tag teams, and then a trios, which is, a 3-man team or whatever. Okay. So the Storage Warriors is another tornado tag, and that is the tornado tag box, which gets you a lot of really good stops. The flip stops are very popular in the game.
They wouldn't be in the black lipstick plastic, would they?
I don't think they have singles in there now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay, you don't think so? Okay.
Oh,
yeah, I'll just save these to like another box opening.
Yeah. Yeah, just 2 different sets of tornadoes.
Okay.
Not a problem.
So right now, this box is just all tornado format.
That's fine. It all plays the same anyway. It's just the singles have less stats. Like my singles competitor only goes from 5 to 10. Tornadoes go from, they go from 10 to 20. So their stat line is a bit different. And their gimmicks are a little bit crazier and all that. Like Monster Asylum's gimmick says during your opponent's turn, they must have 2 leads in play to play a follow-up, and 2 follow-ups in play to play a finish. After a breakout, choose cards in your opponent's discard pile equal to the crowd meter and put them into play. A little bit of discard manipulation as well as the crowd meter goes up. The higher the crowd meter, the less likely it is that you're going to break out of any given pinfall or submission attempt.
Okay.
Pull this one over here so I'll show. All right. Then to do... Let's say you do crowd meter. I guess we'll show those off. There are a plethora of different crowd meters, which are going to be like different match types and whatever. So we will play my crowd meter right here. It'll be a no DQ match. So level 1.
Now, and you say my deck should be 27 cards exactly, right?
It will be 27 plus the 3 finishes for whichever team you're deciding to play with. And since you're deciding to play cryptocurrency, since that's the one out there, if you have the 28 29, and 30 that have the cryptocurrency logo in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll be good to go.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so if you have yourself a 30-card total, what you do is shuffle that up, draw the top 3, and then we roll to decide who goes first. And again, the dice in the game are all corresponding to the same colors and stat lines. So if I were to roll a grapple or whatever with Monster Asylum, that'd be a 16. Your roll has to beat a 16 if you wanted to take the turn.
Okay, say that again for me.
All right. So when you roll the die, it corresponds with the stat lines to the characters.
Okay.
So one dice will have all 6 of the stats, but each stat line is different. So you can see my grapple is a 16, whereas your grapple is a 14. So things are different in that regard. And you have yourself a 20 on tech, and my highest is 20 power.
Okay.
So each stat is according to the face of the die, 6 different stats. When you roll the die, you compare the numbers. Whoever has the highest number wins the turn, draws a card, and plays a card. You have to first play a lead, then you're able to play a follow-up, and once you have a lead and a follow-up in play, you can play yourself a finish. But in the case of Monster Asylum's gimmick, you have to have 2 leads in play to be able to play a follow-up, 2 follow-ups in play to be able to play a finish. So they force the game to go a little bit longer. Not significantly so, but a little bit.
And you say that Tornado is just tag team, basically.
Yep, yeah, it's called Tornado, but it's just a 2v2 thing.
Okay, cool. All right, so...
got singles, Tornado, and trios, I guess is what they're called.
Okay. Now, those scenario cards, am I supposed to have those crowd meter cards or no?
As long as one player in the match has them, they can say what it's going to be. The no DQ crowd meter just goes up to crowd meter 5, and it just says that there's no disqualification. There are certain cards in the game that if they get stopped, then they're going to cause a disqualification. And that's another thing we should probably touch on real quick, and that is cards with the stop sign on them. Those can be played when your opponent plays something and you have the correct stop to stop it. You can play that from your hand to the board, and that'll add to your progression as well. So there are cards with stops, and that particular deck has got a lot of really good stops because they are both offensive and defensive. So the stops in the deck you have, you can either stop something I play, or you can play them offensively to make us both flip the top card of our deck. And normally, if you deck out and you have nothing you can play in your hand, you'll lose by count out. But in a no disqualification scenario, there's no DQs, there's no count outs, so that really won't matter. But a different match type, it could very well matter. Okay. Things like cage matches, if you deck yourself out in a cage match, you'll win by escape. If you are in a Ring of Fire match, for instance, and you deck your opponent out, they'll get burned in the ropes and all that kind of stuff. So each match type has its own variants and all that kind of stuff to keep things fresh and interesting.
Cool. All right, so we're drawing how many card hands?
You draw a starting hand of 3 cards.
3 cards.
We got 1, 2, and 3. All right. Now we roll our dice, see who goes first. And I roll my power stat, which is a 20.
All right, I got a yellow 12 and a green 16.
All right, you just roll 1 dice for the turn roll.
So
you just roll 1.
Okay.
You have a 2-player starter set, that's why it comes with 2 dice.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I did it. All right, got a red 10.
All right, so that'll go to me, as mine is a 20. All right, so I will draw a card, and I will play a card. A lead grapple. Now, when you play it online, you announce to your opponent what they are, just in case camera setups aren't good. This lead grapple has got 2 different effects. Now, do you have a card in your hand that can stop a lead grapple? Strikes stop grapples, grapples stop submissions, and submissions tend to stop strikes. But they have to have the stop sign in the center of the box there.
But it's got to have a stop sign on the card, though.
It does, yes.
Okay.
All right, so if you don't have any stops to stop a lead grapple, I'll proceed with the effect of the card.
No, go for it.
All right, this is Fireman's Carry. It says choose one card your opponent has in play and put it into their discard pile. Or bury your hand and draw the same number of cards. As you have no cards in play, there's nothing I can bump out. So I will take my 3-card hand and shuffle it back into the deck and draw 3 new cards. Alright, so let's shuffle, cut, and draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, and that's my turn. Now we roll again. And I roll my green agility, which is a 12. So after every card play, the turn ends, and then you each roll the dice again.
Okay.
And I rolled my agility 12.
All right, I got a blue 14 grapple.
All right, so you draw a card, and now you can play a card. But you can start off the game by playing only a lead. And it says that in the upper right-hand corner of the card.
Okay. All right, I got a surprise hit, lead strike. Your next turn.
Lead strike.
Your next turn roll is +2.
All right, I think we'll demonstrate how a stop works. You played a lead grapple, and this particular card, Headlock, can stop a lead strike of any sort. So I'll play that and stop that, and that sends it to your discard pile. Otherwise, had that hit, you would have had a +2 to your next turn roll, and boy howdy, we can't have that.
Okay.
No, we cannot.
Man.
All right, so to your discard pile, and we roll again. And I roll my submission 14.
Hey, and your highest one is which color?
My highest one is the red.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because cryptocurrency, when your opponent rolls their highest skill for their turn roll,
Okay.
flip 2 cards and add 1 card from your discard pile to your hand.
All right, so from now on, we'll remember that. Whenever I roll my red, you can prox your gimmick.
Yeah.
All right?
Just for the turn roll. Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
So I did not roll my high one this time, but I did last turn, but there's the whole game state thing and whatever, so we'll just do that from now on.
Oh, yeah.
As you are a beginner, it'll happen.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you draw a card, play a card.
And that's without rolling right now.
No, you roll for a turn. I rolled my 14, so chances are that's my second lowest skill, so you'll probably roll something better.
Yeah, got 18.
Yep, like I figured. So draw and go.
Okay. Okay, and you've always got to start with the lead, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
The SRG SuperShow takes place in the LFF, the Legendary Fighting Federation, and the initials are also lead, follow-up, finish. So LFF.
Nice. All right, got a kicks to the back, lead strike. If you have another strike in play, your opponent buries 1 card in their hand.
All right, so since you have no other strike in play, it's a blank card, but it adds to your progression. Now keep in mind, before you can play a follow-up, you have to have 2 leads in play because of the gimmick of Monster Asylum. All right, so now we roll again. And I roll my technique of 10, which is my lowest.
Okay. And then while I'm rolling, I should draw too, right?
If you win the turn roll, you do your draw.
Okay.
But again,
right.
I rolled my lowest, so chances are you're going to get it.
Oh, yeah, got my purple 18 submission.
All right, so you draw a card, play a card.
Oh. Okay, but you say I need 2 follow-ups for this because of the...
You need 2 leads in play to be able to play a follow-up because of the gimmick of my competitor card.
Okay, and we both got to abide by that, right?
No, only my opponent. I can still play just 1 lead, 1 follow-up, and go right into a finish if I'm so lucky to have it.
Oh, and it's just because I don't have one of those, or...
Your character has its own gimmick, and that's you stated, if I roll my high, you get to flip 2 cards and then take back something.
Okay, gotcha. And the crowd meter is what's the crowd meter saying?
The crowd meter just dictates how difficult it will be to kick out and what kind of match we're having. As it's a no disqualification match, any cards that would have the disqualification keyword can be played in this matchup.
Okay.
Usually, if you play a disqualification card in a normal match or whatever and it gets stopped, you'll lose the match by disqualification. A no DQ match, you can't have that happen, just like in real wrestling.
Okay. Now, your lead is a submission, right?
I have 2 leads in play. One is a lead grapple, and the other is a lead submission.
Okay.
And you can have as many of them in play as you want to have, but for gimmick's sake, if you want to start your progression, you have to have 2 leads in play. And that's just because of the ability of my character card here. Normal play is you just need 1 to progress.
Now, when you stop a lead,
Yep.
but we're on the follow-up step, then what does that mean?
If you play a lead, you'll still be playing lead in your progression. It doesn't matter if you already have a follow-up in play or whatever, but once you play a finish, there's a dice roll that happens that is your finish roll. Then your opponent has 3 rolls to perform a breakout. If they break out by meeting your stat or exceeding it, then the crowd meter goes up. And when the crowd meter goes up, the finish rolls become +1. And there are other varying effects depending on the match type.
Okay.
So at this point, with what you already have in play, you would have to play another lead, and that's your only option because of my gimmick.
Okay.
If you don't have another lead, you can pass. And if you choose to pass, you have to bury something from your discard pile. And the act of burying means you take the card and place it to the bottom of your deck.
All right, so check me out. Okay, I got...
Okay?
And I'm having to follow by your gimmick, right? Just 2 leads.
Yeah, you have to play another lead to be able to play anything, to be able to play a follow-up. Now, that is technically a stop, but playing that offensively will force us both to flip, which will mean I lose a card, but because of your gimmick, you have that potential of getting that card back at any point.
Okay.
But flipping cards is actually really good with cryptocurrency. So
say
play that as a lead offensively, and we both flip a card.
Okay, so say that I do that, though. Do I have to play like another lead next turn?
No, you'll have 2 leads in play, as long as I don't stop this one, which I'm not going to.
Okay, so yeah, chop down, each player flips 1 card, or stop any lead grapple.
Yep, so since it wasn't played as a grapple, it was played offensively, we flip, and we always say the card that's flipped, I lose my follow-up submission, fish hook.
Okay, I guess I'll lose my leads.
Oh, that stays in play. You flip from the top of your deck.
Oh, from far out of the deck.
Yep.
And you lose the game when you get milled, right?
If your deck is gone and you have nothing you can play in your hand, then you'll... yeah, for this matchup, that doesn't matter. But in certain other matchups, your hand size and decking out does matter. In this particular one, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right, so you played your card. I didn't stop it. We performed the effect of the card. Now we roll off again. And I roll my agility at 12.
Got my power of 10.
All right, so that means it's on me. I draw. And I will play... my follow-up submission, Head Scissors. Now, if you have a card that'll stop a follow-up submission, you're welcome to play that. If you don't, we'll proceed with the effect of my card.
Yeah, got no stops.
Okie doke. So the Head Scissors card states, your opponent buries 1 random card in their hand. Discard 1 card your opponent has in play. So I will discard your... All right, let's take the middle card, and then you'll put that middle card at the bottom of your deck. All right, so middle card, bottom of deck.
Okay.
And then the card in play I would like to send to the discard pile will be the non-stop card.
Okay.
So now your progression is hindered once again because you no longer have 2 leads in play. You still can't play a follow-up. So that's a lot of nasty tricks this deck will be having.
Okay.
So you're locked into playing another lead next turn if you win the turn roll. All right, I roll my submission of 14.
Already got my technique of 20.
All right.
Right. Drawing.
So let me do draw and play.
Alright. Still need the 2 leads, right?
Yep.
Okay, got the pretzel twist, lead submission. Each player flips 1 card or stop any follow-up strike.
Yep, and I'll be losing my spear as a result of the flip from your card. Now you're back to having 2 leads. Beautiful. Don't forget to flip the top card of your deck as well.
Okay. Flipping is just discarding, right?
Cool.
Flipping is just
Right,
discarding,
now I roll
right?
my power. That is my 20. Yep.
Okay.
So I roll my 20 stat, so I have the power, but that also triggers your gimmick. So let's get your dice roll to see what happens.
Damn. So let me put this here.
Yeah, dice rolls always have to be on screen.
Yeah.
That's why a dice tray or some kind of confining contraption is usually a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
All right, submission. So I win the turn roll with my 20 power, but that turns your gimmick on, right?
Yeah, when your opponent rolls their highest skill for their turn roll, flip 2 cards and add 1 card from your discard pile to your hand. So.
All right, so you flip 2, and now you can add whatever you want from your discard pile to your hand.
Nice.
You need a follow-up, you can grab it. You want to recycle some of your stops, which is always a good idea. You can grab it.
All right.
Then after
And
you
I got to keep that on camera?
All right. So you have the double hip drop, which is a berry card. I would personally, from what you have there, type one of your stops that are in the discard. Whichever one you think will be the most useful to you.
Yeah, so when I get the card, it's public knowledge, right?
Yeah, because the discard's always public knowledge. So whatever you take out of it will also be public knowledge.
Does the discard have to stay in order?
It doesn't, no.
Okay.
So actually, yeah, that one would probably be the beat down in the corner. That's probably your best bet right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, let's get
that way. If I get that means if I have a strike in play and I try to play a second strike, you'll be able to stop it. So that's a really good thing to have. I don't have any strikes in play yet, but chances are I'm going to be hitting a strike here soon.
Cool.
So now I draw for my turn since gimmick has been resolved. And I will do a follow-up grapple, which is going to be Lariat Takedown. I do have another grapple in play, so if you have the 19, 20, and 21 stops, you might be able to start, stopping some of my stuff now. Okay. If you don't have anything that can stop a follow-up grapple, I'll proceed with the card effect.
Now, submissions stop.
Yeah, submissions stop strikes, and strikes stop grapples, and grapples stop submissions. But only if they have the stop signs.
Yep, and you played a grapple, right?
I did play a grapple, yes.
Okay. Man, is there like any way to remember that outside of just remembering it?
It's kind of rock, paper, scissors, basically. So it's just a learned mechanic, really.
All right.
Strikes will always stop a grapple. Grapple will always stop a submission. Submissions will always stop a strike if they have the stop signs. There's no real deviation from that methodology.
Okay.
So if you don't have a stop that can stop a grapple or a follow-up grapple, then I'll proceed with the effect.
All right, go for it.
All right, Lariat Takedown says flip 1 card, so we will do that. Take 2 cards from your discard pile and shuffle them into your deck, and then draw 2 cards. So the flipped card was my backslide. And I will take the backslide and the spear and shuffle them back into the deck, and then draw 2 cards. All right, do a nice cut, and draw 2. 1 and 2. All right, taking my hand to 4 cards. All right, that's the turn. We roll again. And I roll my technique of 10.
All right, I got technique 20.
All right, so that's your play. Draw a card, play a card. And now you're free to play follow-ups.
Cool. All right, I got a follow-up submission, work the leg. If you have another submission in play, your opponent buries 1 card in their hand. And I have pretzel twist submission in play.
That you do. So I will bury this card in my hand. Bury goes to the bottom of the deck.
Cool.
All right, now we roll again. I roll my strike of 18.
All right, got grapple 14.
All right, so that'll be on me. Draw. And we will play a follow-up strike, the spear. I was lucky enough to shuffle it back in and actually draw it again. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
So you will need something that can stop a follow-up strike, and if you don't have anything like that, then I can do the effect.
And you say you have a strike, right?
Yep, this is a follow-up strike. No other strikes in play.
Okay. All right, I got beat down in the corner.
That can stop a strike if there's another strike on my side of the board, which currently there is not.
All right.
Okay.
And the strikes are a certain color blue, right?
Yeah, the strikes are yellow, grapples are blue, and submissions are purple.
Okay.
All right, so with the spear here, it says your opponent buries one random card in their hand, and I can discard one card your opponent has in play. So what I'm going to do with that is one of your random cards will always pick the middle, bury whatever's in the middle after your little random shuffle,
Okay.
and then we'll be rid of your follow-up that's in play.
Okay.
All right, then we roll again. Now I roll Technique 14.
Got Technique 20. Okay, drawing.
Yep, so that's on you. Drawing.
All right, I got a Bulldog Buster, follow-up grapple. Add one grapple from your discard pile to your hand.
Alrighty, that's going to be good.
Alrighty. Grab a grapple. Yeah, go ahead and get the stop. A series of hip
Grabbing that stop wouldn't be a bad idea either.
Cool. Alright, and that was my turn.
Yep. Roll again, and I roll my power once again. So that'll be 20 for my turn roll.
Alright, I got my power, got the 10, so I guess that'll proc my cryptocurrency though.
Yep.
When your opponent rolls their highest skill for their turn roll, flip 2 cards and add 1 card from your discard pile to your hand.
Yep.
But once you get milled, though, you don't reshuffle, though, right?
You're milling through your deck looking for things that you can play, like your finishes or another follow-up.
Yeah, exactly. But like once you do mill yourself, though, you don't reshuffle or anything, though, do you?
No.
Okay.
There are card effects that can allow you to get your deck back, but if you don't have those effects, then no.
Okay.
So you flip 2 cards, and then you can grab whatever you like.
Okay. All right, grabbing this guy.
All right, very good. All right, now I will take my turn. So draw for turn. And we will play... Let's play a lead, grapple, Japanese arm drag. Anything to stop a lead grapple. So that would be a strike card with a stop sign that says stop lead.
Now, you can just keep playing leads forever, though, right?
Yeah, you can start playing leads forever. You can play as many follow-ups as you want. But once you hit a finish, that proxies the end game sort of conditions. You would roll the dice, consider any stat bonuses that are in play, and then I have 3 rolls to meet or beat that number. Until then, anything can be played as many as you want, or you can pass turn and not play anything. It's all up to you. When your hand size exceeds 10, you have to start discarding cards. But I don't think either of our game is going to get that high right now.
Yeah, nothing for a lead grapple.
You're looking for a stop that can stop a lead grapple, yes.
Yeah, I got nothing for a lead grapple. Yeah, I got nothing, so it resolves.
All right, so Japanese arm drag says if I have another lead in play, which I clearly do, I can draw 2 cards. So 1 and 2.
Nice.
All right, now we roll again.
Got strike 12.
And I roll my strike of 18, which is my second highest stat.
Cool.
All right, so that comes to me. I draw, and now we will do a finish grapple. I do have other grapples in play, so if you have a strike that can stop that, you're good to go. Yep. All right, so I have a finish grapple. Do you have anything that can stop a finish grapple, or stop any grapple, or stop a grapple if there's another grapple in play?
Yeah, I got kicks to the gut, Stop any follow-up grapple. Oh, man, but that's a finished
Nice.
grapple. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a finished grapple, a different type entirely.
Yeah. Nope, got nothing.
All right, so now this will proxy endgame conditions. The return to the island, finish grapple. And it says +3 to grapple. Bury 3 cards in your opponent's discard pile. So just take the top 3 cards that you have there and put them on the bottom of your deck.
Okay.
Your discard pile,
Okay. Top 3 cards of discard pile.
discard pile.
Okay.
Yep. Just take the top 3 from the discard. I don't really care at this point. It's just a tutorial game, and I'll put them to the bottom. And now I roll my finish roll, and if I roll grapple, then it's good. We'll see what happens. All right, I roll strike, which is my 18. So you have 3 rolls now to beat an 18.
I got a grapple 14. Nope.
That's 1.
Got a submission 18. So what about a tie?
2. All right, so that actually would break out. So now the board
Board clears.
clears, and the crowd meter goes up. Now we're on level 1.
Now
What that
these are
means is all
discarded.
finish rolls are +1. So when we get back to playing finishes again, whatever our finish roll is will be +1.
Okay.
And you broke out. And after a breakout, that'll also take my gimmick into effect here. After a breakout, choose cards in your opponent's discard pile equal to the crowd meter and put them into play. So now I can put 1 card from your discard pile into play, and that top stop looks... that's a lead, yeah? So that'll be pretty good. Put that into play. The top card of your discard pile will come back into play. That'll help your progression, but it'll also keep you from being able to play that against me.
Okay.
All right, so I roll my power once again, so that's 20.
All right, got a grapple 14, and then when your opponent does that, flip 2 cards, add 1 from discard to hand. There's no way that you can stop an opponent's gimmick, is there?
There are cards that blank opponents' gimmicks, yes. But in that deck specifically, no.
Okay.
Alright, so you grab something. I'll draw my card for turn. And proceed to play.
Let's tandem takedown.
Yep. I will play a lead submission arm stomp. So if you have something that can stop a lead submission, you're welcome to play it. Otherwise, it'll be a blank card. It doesn't meet the requirements.
All right, I'll go tandem takedown. What I just got.
Alrighty. So that'll send that to the graveyard, and now you're at your 2 leads. And now you can go right into playing a follow-up if you win a turn roll. Alright, technique of 10.
Got a grapple 14.
Alright, so draw and play.
I'll go follow-up submission, surfboard stomp, with shuffle up to 4 cards from your discard pile into your deck and draw 1 card.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop that, so go for it. That hurts your gimmick a bit, but that's alright. So whatever you want to be able to call back to your hand, keep. The other cards, shuffle back in and draw.
Okay.
Yep.
4 in, shuffle. Now, and you say the tornado, what is that doing different to the game than singles?
Well, it just doubles the stat lines, basically, and the gimmicks are twice as powerful and so on. There are other cards called skill cards that can only be played in tornadoes and higher because of the skill requirements and stuff.
But it's all
those are all advanced tactics.
All right, drew. And, yep. Yeah, I guess that'll be my turn, right?
Yep. All right, now
I got a strike 12.
I roll my sub of 14.
I got strike 12.
So it's my turn.
Hey, how often do you kind of, on your end, is it on your end, am I glitching or whatever, slowing down?
Little bit, but not terrible. I've had worse.
Okay. But that happens all the time, though, right?
It does, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Let's do a lead strike. Yeah, knee lift. So a lead strike.
Lead strike.
So that would be a submission to be able to stop it if you wanted to use the submission to do so.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go double headlock.
Okay, so that'll stop a lead strike.
Okay, so mine gets played out, right?
Yep, it goes right into your progression. Try to keep your leads at the same area where your leads are.
Okay.
That way you know what's lead and what's follow-up.
Okay, gotcha. Color doesn't matter, just stack them like lands or whatever?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you can stack them up and just keep your leads in one lane, your follow-ups in the next, and your finishes when they come.
Cool.
All right, so submission 14 again.
Submission 14. Got a technique 20.
All right, so that's a draw and play.
On play. All right. Yeah, I guess the 49er arm overriders.
All right. Again, that's your finish, so that's really good. But you have to have another follow-up in play because of my gimmick before you can hit your finishes.
Okay, so you got to have 2 leads and 2 follow-ups.
Yep.
Okay.
And your leads are already where they need to be, so now you have to have a second follow-up.
Gotcha.
Well, before you're allowed to hit a finish because of my character here.
Gotcha. All right, let's go work the leg. If you have another submission in play, which I do, your op buries 1 card in their hand.
Yeah, that's going to hurt a little. All right, so we'll take and bury this one then.
Okay, like you've got how many in hand?
I currently have 4 cards in hand.
Okay.
And I just buried my 5th.
All right, I got 4 as well.
Yep. So like I said, we're probably not going to hit 10 at all with any of this kind of stuff, so.
Okay.
Nothing to really worry about. And I roll my power again, so that's a 20.
Okay. I got the grapple 14, so I guess I'll do the deal. Flip 2.
Yep. Flip 2 and grab back anything you want from your discard.
Right.
I'll draw for my turn. And then we will do... Oh, boy. Well, looks like I'm going to have to pass and bury, I think. So I am going to pass and bury Fireman's Carry.
All right, grab catapult.
All right. I'm ready to roll again. Agility 12.
Got grapple 14.
All right. So now you meet the prerequisites to be able to play your finish.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go the 49er arm overriders, +5 to power, +1
Yep, you do not have anything that can stop a finish sub, so you're all good. Now you would roll your finish roll, and if any of those stats on your card come up, you'll be able to add that to the stat roll.
Oh,
that said, what's the ability on the card besides the stat bonuses?
If your opponent rolled their highest skill for their turn roll, double these bonuses.
All right, I did not. I rolled agility.
Okay. All right. Ah, damn. All right, guy. Man, first turn rolling agility, I think. 16, right. So that didn't count.
All right, so that is a 16 to a 17, so I just have to roll and beat a 16. So let's see what we got. Now I roll my power for a breakout. So that is crowd meter 2, board clears, and we go again.
Okay, so the power, what one was that? That's a 20, right?
Yeah, my power was a 20, yeah.
Okay.
So that was a kick out of your 16. Technically 17.
Gotcha.
And I roll agility 12 again.
Okay. All right, got technique 20.
Right, 20. Beautiful. All right, so.
Let's see.
Let's get your turn. I'm dodging around the ring, and you catch me with a technical drop toe hold, and now you have the advantage.
Okay. Hmm. Just looking through these options. All right, I'll go lead, double leg lock. Each player flips one card. Yeah.
Alrighty, yeah, I'm not going to be able to stop that, so I will flip, and that'll be a discus punch that gets sent to the grave.
All right, I sent a double underhook backbuster.
Yeah. Agility 12 again.
Got power 10.
Ooh, my turn on a low number. Good, good, good. So we'll draw, and we will try for a... Let's do a lead grapple lockup. No effect.
No effects.
Yep. It would be a stop card that would stop another lead submission, but ah well. Card I just drew for winning the turn, and it's not going to do me any good now since you have a lead in play.
Nope. I got nothing to stop leads.
All right. Roll again. Sking.
Got a agility 16.
All right, so that is on me. We draw. We're going to go a follow-up submission. Inverted leg lock.
Inverted leg lock.
Yep.
Follow-up submission.
Follow-up submission.
Yeah, let's go series of hip tosses, stopping each follow-up submission.
Sounds good.
Right.
All right, strike 18 again.
Technique 20.
20. Beautiful.
Right. Draw.
So draw a card, play a card. And now you meet the prerequisite to be able to play your follow-ups.
Follow-ups. All right. A lariat drop. If you have another grapple in play, your opponent buries one card in hand.
All right, we will stop that with just a single kick.
Okay. So they gets discarded, right?
Yep, that gets sent to the discard pile.
Okay. You can't stop a stop, right?
You cannot stop a stop, no.
Okay.
Agility 12.
Okay. Power 10.
All right, so that's my turn. Draw. And we will do a follow-up grapple, Uranagi. With another grapple in play.
Okay. But I'll go kicks to the gut, stopping the follow-up grapple.
Sounds good. All right, and as that's another lead, it'll just go in the stack of leads. Agility 12.
All right, still on the table. Can you see it? No, you can't.
Yep. Oh, no, not the dice roll now.
Does that go like illegal or what?
Yeah, you have to roll it so it stays on camera.
Okay. Yeah, that was a 20. That sucks.
Yep.
Damn it. Yeah, you gotta get a better kind of stabilization thing going.
Yeah, a little dice tray or something might help you out.
No. All right, got a
14.
14. Yeah.
All right, so that beats me by 2. So you're good to go.
Sweet. Draw. Decentralize. Whoa, tripping. Follow up. All right, let's try this. Decentralizer, +4 to power, +4 to grapple.
It's a finish, and you don't have any follow-ups in play.
Oh, man, why did I read that like it's a follow-up? All right,
yep, I know.
Okay, yeah, because it wasn't making sense. All right, double strike, follow-up strike. If you have another strike in play, your opponent buries one card in their hand.
All right, we will play an armbar to stop that. We don't want you to get any progression.
Makes sense.
Yep, well, we are going to armbar that, which stops any follow-up strike.
Cool.
All right, then we roll grapple 16.
All right. Got a technique 20.
20 again. No. You're out teching me.
Yeah,
All right, draw a card, play a card. You can play your follow-ups.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Beat down in the corner. Each player flips one card, and your opponent has another strike in play. Stop any strike. And that wouldn't make sense. That wouldn't make sense.
Well, you can still get the flips going, and that does help with your gimmick and searching your finishes and whatnot. But
yeah, screw that. Let's go catapult. Each player flips one card. If your opponent has another submission in play.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, well, currently I have all three variants in play. I've got grapple, strike, and submissions in play. So those cards would be live no matter what. But
yeah, but it's a stop anyway. I'm reading it wrong. I would like if they like separated the card rather than.
Yep.
But yeah.
Well, they have those stops have both offensive and defensive abilities. Defensively, they can stop stuff. Offensively, they can flip and procs the gimmick. And the flip from that card, and this is why flip is valuable. You just flipped my strike finish.
Yeah.
So without any way of getting that out of my discard pile, I'm now down 2 finishes out of the 3.
Crazy.
It's not looking good for me right now, that's for sure. Especially since that would have been a nice turn draw.
Wow.
Right. Submission 14.
Okay. Power 10.
All right, so that's on me. I draw. And I will play a follow-up strike. That is Kidney Punch.
Okay.
Something to play that you can stop a follow-up strike.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go.
Yep.
Or
down in the
if your
corner.
opponent has another strike in play, stop any strike.
That works. And now you have your follow-up progression to get you into your finish.
Cool.
And we rolled a power 20.
Yeah, I got strike 12. I'll do my flip deal.
Yep, I'm going to draw a turn. And I will play... Yeah. Let's play a lead grapple backslide. I will let you finish your gimmick first.
Yeah.
Starting to get the flow of the game yet?
Yep.
It's not too awful difficult, but you have to play it a couple of times to get the rhythm down. All right, and the card that I played is a backslide, and it counts as a finish. So that's going to be pretty good. So if you have something that could stop a lead grapple, now's the time.
Nope.
All right, so backslide states. This card is also a finish, so it's going to proc the finish roll. Your opponent buries one random card in their hand, and if your finish roll is 8 or greater, it is -3. All right, so randomly I'll just take a middle card and place that to the bottom of the deck.
Okay.
And then we will roll for turn. That is a power 20 with the crowd meter of 22. And since it's more than 8, that is -3. So you have to roll your 20 to beat me. You have to roll your tech.
Yeah, I rolled submission 18.
All right, so that's not enough. You got to roll again.
I'll do my proc thing. Flip 2.
This isn't a turn roll. This is a finish roll.
Oh, okay.
Because backslide counts as a finish. Now, if I remember right, they altered this specific card. So let me don't re-roll yet, because the bonus is double, triple for the actual thing. So as a singles, it would be -3, and as a tag, it'll be -6 technically. So 22 -6 is 16, and you rolled your submission, and what's that?
18.
All right, so that would actually classify a breakout roll.
Okay, that's
So
a
you
breakout.
broke out, board clears, and we go to crowd meter 3.
So you say you modified it? How's that work?
Well, the card is actually modified. This is an old version of the card. There are 2 cards in the number 26 card slot, Backslide and Schoolboy. And they've scaled them up to be able to be played in tag team and all that kind of stuff, but I don't have the newest version of that card printed. I just remember what the effect is.
Okay.
Certain cards besides your finishes can actually become finishes, and that's what Backslide and Schoolboy do. They take up a stop zone, but they become finishes. So it would be -6 because it would be a -3 on singles, -6, and then -9 for a trios if it's played in those.
Okay.
All right. So I roll strike 18.
Got in agility 16.
All right. So your board clears because that was a finish.
Okay.
Draw. We are going to play. All right. We are going to play a lead strike double X handle.
Lead strike double X handle.
Yep.
Let's try to get this thing positioned a little better. It's kind of actually worse.
Yep. Nice little dice tray there. Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, everything was a little better a second ago. All right. Oh, man, it was way better a second ago.
There you go. That'll work. As long as it's got borders on it, it should be all right.
Yeah, things are sliding down is the problem. Something like that. All right.
And he stopped to a lead strike.
Stop to a lead strike. Nope.
All right. So that card says draw card. So I'm just going to draw a card to do that. Beautiful. Right, roll again. And we roll agility 12.
Agility 12. Power 10.
All right, so that's on me. We draw. We are going to play follow-up grapple, face drop suplex.
Follow-up grapple, face drop suplex. Got nothing for that.
All right, so you're going to randomly bury one card in your hand, and there's nothing in play for me to bump out for you.
Okay.
All right. Now roll again. That is a strike 18.
Strike 18. Got a technique 20.
Beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, so I got no moves. So I guess I got to pass.
Yep, you pass so you can bury any one card in your discard pile.
Okay.
We roll again. I roll my technique of 10.
Let's see. You got, okay.
Yeah, I just rolled my next turn roll, so whenever you grab whatever you want, it's fine. I do have the ability to start playing finishes now.
Okay. Grapple 14.
All right, so that's your turn.
Yep, once again, got no leads.
All right, so you pass and bury again.
Oh, yeah.
And grapple is a 16.
Submission 18.
All right, so your turn again.
All right, drawn to a lead. Surprise hit. Your next turn roll is +2.
All right. Yeah, that'll be good.
All right, good. Go.
And that is my power 20.
Technique 20, rolling hot.
All right, so a 20 to a 22, technically. So now you get to prox your gimmick because I rolled my high, and because we would have performed what would be known as a bump by bumping our two top stats, you actually won it because you get a +2 because of your follow-up card. So you perform your gimmick, and then you draw for turn.
Okay.
So now you flip 2. I would suggest probably grabbing back a lead or whatever, and then draw a card for your turn. And then you can play something.
Yeah.
That would have been a nice thing to showcase as well. Had you not had that +2, we both would have simply drawn a card, and the turn we would have re-rolled for the next turn.
Okay.
But you hit a +2 on your follow-up, so it was pretty good.
Yeah. I guess grab a lead. And then
Okay,
I'll go,
very good.
and then I get to draw for turn. I didn't draw for turn yet. Yeah, I think I did draw for turn. Yeah, I think I drew for
Well,
turn.
the order would be resolve the turn roll based gimmicks, which would be your flip 2, grab 1, and then you would draw for turn. So it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah, I think I've already drawn. But, all right, kicks to the back, lead strike. If you have another strike in play, your opponent buries one card in their hand.
Alrighty, I don't have anything to stop that either, so we will get rid of this card and put it to the bottom.
Cool. All right.
Strike 18.
I got submission 18.
All right, so now we perform what's known as a bump. We just each draw the top card of our deck.
Cool.
And strike 18 once again.
Man, that was a technique 20. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw the tech 20.
All right, man. That's his crap. All right. Yeah, maybe like that. Yeah. All right, drawing. Let's go. Go. Yeah, go double jump moonsault, follow up strike.
Follow up strike will be good. What's that do?
Shuffle up to 4 cards from your discard pile into your deck. Draw 1 card.
And draw 1 card. Yep, you're good.
One, two, 3, 4. Okay, so you say people have 3 finishes in the deck, right?
Yeah, there are 3 finishes in the deck standard. So putting them back into your, looks like a 3-card deck, not a bad idea. However, you do have a gimmick that allows you to recur. So if you think I'm going to be rolling on a 20, you might want to leave that in your discard pile to be able to just freely pick up.
And deck's pretty small, so.
Yep. So you have a pretty good chance. So just shuffling 4 back in and drawing 1's not a bad idea.
Cool. Shuffle 4. Draw 1. Right. Yeah,
right.
rolling.
Turn roll is a 16. Grapple.
Got a 16 agility.
All right, so that's a bump. Both draw. Agility 12.
Power 10.
All right, so we will draw for turn, and we will go for a finish submission, the straight jacket. Anything to stop a finish sub? No other subs in play. You'll be looking for a grapple, stop any.
Yeah, I got a catapult.
All right, I do not have another submission in play, so that's not valid.
Ah.
I have a strike, a grapple, and my finish is the sub. So that's not a valid play, but if you had whatever your 27 is, I believe, or your 26 rather, that would be able to stop it.
No, don't got it.
All right, so the ability says when this card is in your discard pile, you would instead draw the bottom card of your deck. All right, so that doesn't matter. It just says +4 to technique. So I roll my submission, which is a 14. 14 plus 3 is a 17. So you get 3 rolls to break out of a 17.
Okay. Got a 12.
All right, so that's 1.
Grapple 14.
2.
And a strike 12.
3. Ding, ding, ding. Monster Asylum defeats the cryptocurrency. And that would... would be a game of SRG SuperShow.
GG.
The last finish I had in my deck finally came by.
Nice.
Yeah, and I had 4 cards left in deck as well, so that's pretty cool.
See how many finishes.
So what'd you think of your first game?
Man, I mean, it was cool, but yeah, dicey game.
It is. But that also goes to, I mean, if you follow wrestling, then you know that it's not a foregone conclusion or certainty that any one competitor is going to win. So that's always we call these dice in the game Dice McMahon. So if you're familiar with wrestling, Vince McMahon owns the largest wrestling company in the world, and he chooses whether or not you win or you lose. That's how it works in wrestling. So Die McMahon decides your fate no matter what. But the fun you can have in between the rolls, that's where the passion for the game comes in.
Dice McMahon.
Dice McMahon. He always decides who's going to win, who's going to lose. But aside from that, there's a lot of wiggle room with how you construct your deck, what gimmicks you use for your characters, and there are real championship title belts that you can win. The LFF has quite a few of them. Local promotions have their own. I'm a member of a local promotion called CCW, which is City of Champions Wrestling. That's out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I play with them through video cam and all that kind of stuff as often as they hold events. So, yep, nice. This will be Victor DieCast representing CCW, showing off the power of SRG SuperShow in the Tornado Tag Division.
Nice. Right. Yeah, I guess we'll cut at that.
All right.
Peace.
Now, you done recording?